Not less than 110 Togolese immigrants crossed into Lagos this year with the hope of securing an asylum in Nigeria. Their presence outside the office of the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons at Awolowo Road, Ikoyi, raised concerns among Lagos residents.
We come to them to take a security, to save us, to make us a protection.
We are inside the office of refugee. After collecting the paper, they send everybody out to go and find his way. That because of why you are here like this.
They were subsequently evacuated and resettled in Igondo, a relief camp established by the Lagos state government.
Our main concern is to take them out of the street. Good enough, the federal government is now coming in to assess their request for the political asylum they are seeking for.
Barely 7 days after the evacuation of the immigrants, another group of 73 found their way into Lagos, and their destination was the office of the National Commission for Refugees in Ikoyi, Lagos.
We beg the government to do all things for us, to help us.
Again, Lagos state government came to the rescue and they were taken to a relief camp in Agbowa, a suburb of Lagos state. Just when Lagos residents began to heave a sigh of relief, a group of 24 Togolese immigrants surfaced at the office of the Commission for Refugees.
So, what do you want Nigerian government to do for you?
For protection, security, assistance.
They told Deadline 360 that they became refugee in Benin Republic 10 years ago when they fled Togo amidst political crisis.
We were in camp in Benin before, when some soldiers come and destroy everything and put everybody on road.
This name is a name called he died 1 month later. The government police beat him.
Sleep there, sleep there.
Our friend, our sister, they take go back there, they go kill them for 90.
It's not about problem of money, it's a problem of security, it's a problem of protection, it's a problem of alive.
A non-governmental organization in Lagos, Justice and Empowerment Initiatives, is championing the cause of the immigrants.
The proper response is to work in cooperation with other authorities, with the UN, High Commission for Refugees, and other international partners to find a durable solution for the plight of these people. Situations like this, they come up, sometimes they can't be predicted. You would never know that these people were going to come to Nigeria as their next point of call.
In view of the fact that the Togolese immigrants came into the country without proper documentation, economic and security experts say Nigeria is bound by various international conventions to grant them asylum.
We are not used to handling such things, but much as it is a challenge, we need to be careful in reacting to them because, you know, we signed Geneva Convention and all the international conventions. I don't believe that because of insecurity in Nigeria, Nigeria should not support at all. Don't forget, we are 60% of the West Africa by economic size and by population, and so it is natural that whenever there is a crisis nearby, people will tend to come over at least to find succor.
We should have Boko Haram situation and security situation in mind because we should remember that Nigerians are in a situation where they are fleeing situations of conflict, situations where they don't have adequate protection of their security and so on. They're fleeing to other countries, Niger, Cameroon, Chad. And those countries are now receiving them as refugees, giving them protection temporarily. So we should remember that Nigeria, as a beneficiary of such international cooperation, also has the same obligation to its neighboring countries.
Since Nigeria is a signatory to the Refugee Convention, observers say Articles 31 and 32 of the Convention make it difficult for the country to impose penalties on account of their illegal entry, and of course, deportation is not an option, except when they constitute security threat to the country of residence. In Lagos for Deadline 360, I am Musa Toliat.